Oh yeah, now my people, it's Kunle, your guy, the Nigerian Englishman.
As your boy Kanebi, aka Mr. Kupo.
And welcome back to another edition of Round on the Ground.
Yes, sir.
5 points clear in the Premier League. Arsenal with another convincing 2-1 win away from home at Wolves. And they're still at the top, coming to the World Cup.
Manchester City drop points at home to the Bees. Brentford, Ivan Toney with a brace. Oh my God, he's heating up in the Premier League.
The Magic Man, Graham Potter. The only magic at St. James's Park was by Joseph Willock. 1-0 Newcastle against Chelsea this weekend. Will we say it's an upset? With the way Chelsea been playing so far, it was expected.
Liverpool fired 3 against Southampton at Anfield. Darwin Núñez with a brace and Roberto Firmino also on the score sheet. Liverpool, they're coming back for that top 4 spot.
Oh my, it looks like there's a new star boy at Old Trafford. He came in again this week, but it was at Craven Cottage, Manchester United against Fulham, and a boy has been birthed in the Premier League, Garnacho, with the winner in the 93rd minute. Man U 2, Fulham 1.
Moving on to the German Bundesliga, Union Berlin are in trouble. They lost again to Freiburg 4-1. And of course, Bayern Munich are going to make it a 5-point lead before the World Cup break. Choupo-Moting again scoring. RB Leipzig, they won against Werder Bremen.
And here we have Ligue 1. Former Arsenal striker Alexander Lacazette and Arsenal loanee Nicolas Pepe both on the scoreline in the game with Lyon versus Nice. It ended 1-1. Also, Lens with a 2-1 victory against Clermont, and they remain second in Ligue 1. And of course, PSG, the ones we always talk about when it comes to the French League, a 5-0 thrashing they handed Auxerre on the weekend. And of course, another goal for Kylian Mbappe. And our very own super ego, Moses Simon, with an 89th minute equalizer for Nantes in a 2-2 draw against AC Ajaccio.
Who would have thought going into the World Cup break, Barcelona will have a 2-point lead in La Liga? Right now, since they beat Osasuna on Tuesday, they are sitting 2 points ahead on the league table. And Atletico Madrid, they are sinking. They lost to Mallorca on Wednesday. Real Madrid with a 2-1 win. And it looks like going into the World Cup, Barcelona are sitting pretty high.
Can anybody stop these Napoli boys, Kanebi? Can anybody stop them? Again, another victory. They went 3-0 up in this game. It should have been more convincing than it ended. It ended 3-2. But again, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy firing on all cylinders this Serie A season, Victor Osimhen with another goal for Napoli, keeping them top of the league, and they're 8 points clear going into the World Cup. Also on the weekend, Inter Milan bounced back with a 3-2 win against Atalanta. 5-goal thriller, and this guy just can't stop scoring. Another goal for Ademola Lookman. He's in hot form right now. Unfortunately, there's no World Cup for him to take this form into, but he's earned a well-deserved rest in this World Cup break. AC Milan, they left it very, very late against Fiorentina. It was 1-1 up until the 90th minute, and Nikola Milenkovic, he scored an own goal to put AC Milan 2-1 up. Another goal from Rafael Leao, who's very, very exciting prospect and is going to light up this World Cup, I do believe. AC Milan, Serie A champions, with a 2-1 win on the weekend against Fiorentina. They left it late with an own goal from Nikola Milenkovic, and earlier on a goal from Rafael Leao, and he's a very, very exciting prospect. He keeps pushing on, and I believe he's going to have a fantastic World Cup alongside the likes of Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, and Bernardo Silva. But the old lady, they are waking up. They're getting their young feelings again. That's 6 wins out of 6 and 6 clean sheets. We were laughing at them a few weeks ago, but it looks like they've turned the corner. Back in the Champions League places. Has Allegri managed to find a way? We'll see if this continues after the World Cup, but what a way to go into it. And a brace for Moise Kean, who seems to finally be finding his feet again in that league. Well. We have to call it a title challenge now. We have to call it because everybody started this season. Manchester City's name was on the title. And if you ask most people, it's still going to be Manchester City's name on the title, Kanebi. But there's a club from North London who's currently top of the league, 5 points clear with another professional victory against Wolverhampton Wanderers this weekend. Is this title challenge serious by Arsenal?
Well, with the points they have accumulated and with the way they are playing, it is serious. They have a better defense than Man City. They have conceded only 4 goals away from home this season. They have won every home match. They've only lost to Manchester United and drawn with Southampton. They have the best win percentage right now of any Arsenal team in history. And Arsenal have never won the league being top during Christmas, but there's no Arsenal team like this ever in their history.
100%. And no team has finished outside the top 2 with this points tally at this stage of the season as well. So things are looking bright. But for Arsenal fans, what I think they were most excited about from what I was reading online is the fact that they went away from home. And it was a difficult ground for them, Molineux, over the years. And with City dropping points, there was an extra little pressure on these boys. And they answered.
I wouldn't say, yes, there was pressure, but these boys, they are proving that they are mentally strong. I mean, if you look at the way Arsenal have been this season, they lost to Manchester United, they won the next games. They lost to PSV, they bounced back with a win. They lost to Brighton in the Cup, they bounced back with a win. That's how this team operates. And
you're right, every time they have a little bit of adversity, even last season, they tend to bounce back.
Yeah.
But the adversity has not been as long and straining as it was last season.
The problem with Arsenal is just injuries to key players, like the likes of Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Saliba. When they get injured, what are you going to see? That's the question that beckons. But the thing about it is, Arsenal, this team, people forget that this team have been together for a while. At least 2 years, 3 years, they have been through the trenches. They have suffered together. Now they are seeing the fruits of their labor.
For sure.
And to be honest with you, they are where they are because they deserve to be there. They have put in the work, and Arsenal, the board, they backed the coach when everybody wanted Arteta out. And now, every club now is looking at Arsenal and be like, we want to be like that. We want to back the manager.
What I've heard now, everyone there was a lot of trolls and on social media talking about the project, this project, that project, that now seems to be the response of every manager that's struggling. This is the beginning of our project. We still have time to go. Conte said it. Potter said it. Ten Hag has said it. It seems to be the new thing now.
It's the new project. Trust the process. That's the new slang now in football.
100%. But there's one guy we need to big up for this weekend. And a lot of Arsenal fans have been calling for him to show up away from home. And that's the captain, the talisman, the architect, Martin Odegaard.
People are saying he should show up away from home. He's Arsenal's top scorer this season. With 6 goals.
And 5 away from home, I'm hearing too.
So, what are we saying? He's balling.
But Manchester City, obviously they've got experience. They've got the experience to see these championships through. But on the weekend, did you see a different Manchester City? Struggling Manchester City?
Like I said, their defense is not the same. They can't keep clean sheets. Man City can't keep clean sheets. That's the problem. If you look at all their games they've won, look how many clean sheets they've kept. They either win 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 5-0 once in a while. They don't keep clean sheets. Yes, they have. You see, the difference between Arsenal and Man City is so contrast. Arsenal is a team that is defensively solid, but they don't have a 50-goal scorer, 20-goal scorer a Haaland. Man City is not defensively solid, but they have the firepower to run through teams.
But minus Haaland, don't that City's team look a bit ordinary? I'm not saying bad, a little bit ordinary.
Yes, because they've sold a lot of their key players, which like the likes of Zinchenko, Jesus, and Sterling, who gave them that extra push. And Mahrez seems to be frozen out of the team. Mahrez last season was their top goal scorer. This season he's not playing.
It's true, man. Look, there's a lot of stories to be written after the World Cup, but 5 points clear the Gooners. Things are looking good, and hopefully a positive January window could make that real push for the title challenge. Let's see.
Let's see.
We should have been talking about a star being born at Manchester United. Garnacho has been on the tip of the tongues for a lot of United's fans since pre-season. He's done some great things in the Europa League, but finally he's got his first goal in the Premier League, which was a winner. We should be talking about that, right? But instead, we're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo all over again. And we've not seen the full interview just yet, but from what's been leaked so far, it doesn't look good for Manchester United, can it be?
Well, this situation is very, very simple. You make your bed, you lay on it. Manchester United had no business signing Cristiano Ronaldo. if they knew they were in the transition period, they wanted to rebuild, they wanted to start from scratch, they had no business going near a man who is towards the end of his career, who is looking for any records he can get to live, to establish his, what's the word, to cement his legacy. That's the word I'm looking for.
I hear you.
And they should have never gone near that guy.
Bro, are you going to try and blame this situation on Cristiano Ronaldo?
I'm going to blame this situation on Manchester United.
Manchester United,
yes,
sorry.
Because Manchester United, they spent the money, their ego got in the way. Man City came for him. Sir Alex Ferguson with his ego came through and said, oh, no, don't play for Man City. It's an insult. He has come to Manchester United. He was the top scorer last season. They could not make top 4. Why? He's not a defender. He can't defend. But at the end of the day, they decided to sign a 37-year-old player.
But why do you always have to make everything about yourself, Cristiano? Why is it all about you? Manchester United
has earned the right.
Look, Kanebi, everyone has seen this season. Manchester United's better performances have come when he's not in the side. He needs to realize, look, he's not a 25-year-old guy that plays every minute of every game. He needs to respect that and help this young team come back to the summit, bro.
But this is the thing. He never wanted to stay. And they kept him, in the club because of monetary reasons.
Bruv, who wants to pay for him? Who wants to pay for him? Should they let him go for free?
He created a situation with Sporting Lisbon, with George Mendes and Sporting Lisbon, where he was going to take a magnificent pay cut. And man, you were also going to get, it was a long move. And they didn't agree.
Bro,
and he said he was going to come back next season if they made the Champions League. They didn't agree. Because why? They want to sell shirts.
Bro, that's disrespectful. How can you now... You're supposed to be helping this foundation of this new team to come up. And you're going to go on holiday in Portugal to play in the Champions League, then come back. That's not fair now. That's not fair at all. We pay your wages, bro.
This is a player who built his career on the Champions League. In the back of his mind, he's worried that Messi might catch up to my record.
In a club that built him, Manchester United.
Manchester United didn't build him.
They built Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo was built and made the player he is. The foundations of the player he is right now was built with Sir Alex at Manchester United.
No. It was
Facts.
No. The foundation was built at Sporting Lisbon. They saw a kid who was talented and they bought him. He took his opportunity. He trained well. He went to Real Madrid. He became a world beater. Ronaldo right now is in the same breath as Pele and Maradona. Ronaldo has earned the right to say what he wants to say. This is a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner. This is the top goal scorer of all time. What are you talking about? He has more trophies than Manchester United in the last 10 years.
Bro, nobody, regardless.
He has the right. Nobody is bigger than the club, but unfortunately this man is. In the last 10 years. The reason why they signed him,
10-year period.
The reason why they signed him was business. It wasn't about, it was business and ego. So they made their bed, let them lay on it.
Bro,
when you marry a temperamental husband or a nagging wife, you have to take the nonsense.
Look, when they signed Ronaldo, every single Manchester United fan were like, this is the icing of the cake for a title challenge.
Exactly.
So what do you mean? He came to help out.
No, because they sacked Ole, because they had a bad season last year. He was their top goal scorer, and they sacked Ole. All of a sudden, they've had a few good results, and they're not still in the top 4 right now. They feel, okay, we don't need Ronaldo.
It's not about not needing Ronaldo. We should be talking this weekend. We should be talking about the new star boy.
Unfortunately for Garnacho,
a new star boy has been born. Instead, we're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, who wasn't even anywhere near the stadium.
Well, unfortunately for Garnacho, Ronaldo is way bigger than his entire career. And Ronaldo dropped this interview at the right time during the World Cup break. This is the perfect timing. It's war. This is war. Garnacho, yes, we're happy for him. We all know he's going to be a star of the future, but unfortunately for him, he's nothing. He's an ant compared to a giant.
I hear you.
So Manchester United have to find a solution. They built this bed. They made this bed. They should lay on it and find a solution. They caused this problem for themselves.
I hear you, but I just believe
it's the wrong way to go. When Arsenal wanted to get rid of Ozil and Aubameyang, they terminated their contracts.
I hear you, but they're not CR7. You don't just terminate CR7's contract.
They can afford it.
They can't.
But greed, they can. They're one of the richest clubs in the world.
We'll agree to disagree on this one, man.
The World Cup is here. The favorites, France, Germany, Brazil. For me, it's Brazil. But For me, this World Cup is going to be a different World Cup. It's the first Winter World Cup. It's the first World Cup held in the Arab country, and it's going to be a special one. For me, I'm sad that we have a lot of key players who are not going to play. The likes of Sadio Mane, who is going to appear for the first time in the World Cup, representing Senegal for the first time ever in their history. It's very sad he's not going to be there
that's terrible.
to lead the team because he took that team. That's just
Carried them on his back.
Yeah, that's just the sad story for me. The rest of them, I don't really care. But Sadio Mane, shout out to you. Shout out to Senegal. And in fact, I'm going to support Senegal this World Cup
100%.
because of Sadio Mane. And I feel they should do us proud. And also Ghana too. Ghana, they have a good team. They have very good young players. They can go far. The Algerians, let's see. And who's the other team? Cameroon, the first African nation to be in the quarterfinals. So let's see what they can do for us. And you never know.
Look, nothing would make me happier than an African nation finally putting their name on that World Cup list. It's unlikely, but we can hope. Football's a crazy game. You never know if the luck of the draw. Look how England figured out their way to get into the semis last time. They had no right to get into that situation. But if the draw is right, you never know. You've got to take your opportunity. But as you said, there's some players that are going to miss out on this World Cup. Likes of Odegaard's not going to be there. Haaland's not going to be there. The red-hot Victor Osimhen's not going to be there. But there are plenty of nations that are looking to light it up, like France, for example. I'm looking to see how, after this conflict with Manchester United, how Ronaldo actually performs in this World Cup. Because what a story it would be. Can you imagine? We talked about it earlier on in the show. Messi, Ronaldo final. Portugal versus Argentina. Goat on goat crime. We can finally end all debates with who wins that game. Wouldn't you be excited to see it?
I'll be excited, but it's never going to happen.
I know.
It's never going to happen. I'm sorry to say, but I don't see Portugal or Argentina winning the World Cup. I know.
Who is your personal favorite?
Les Salazar. As always. Brazil are always favorites when it's always outside Europe. So let's go. Brazil have won the most World Cups outside Europe. So I don't see any other team. And right now, with the kind of team they have, they're not even going with injuries. This is Neymar's last chance to show the world that he is a top-class player in his generation. And I think he has to deliver for Brazil. He has been faffing around for a long time. Sorry, I'm a personal Brazilian fan, so this is just me talking. So, but for me, and you have the likes of Vinicius Jr.
From the attacking threat that they have.
You have Vinicius Jr. You might have Anthony on the right or Rafinha on the right, Richarlison or Gabriel Jesus. And I'm pretty comfortable with Brazil, doing something in the World Cup.
I'll tell you, obviously we're going to do a more focused on World Cup show next week, so you're going to see all of that. But what I will say about Brazil, their attacking threat is incredible. Defensively, it's a bit, and I don't trust their coach just yet, but outside bet, I'm going to throw this out there. If you're a betting man, outside bet, this might be the first time Holland win the World Cup. Remember, you heard it first.
Don't listen to him. They don't have a striker. They have no strikers. They have no strikers. Forget about Holland.
This week, Africans on fire. It seems every week, it's like we're talking about the same names every week right now. First of all, in the form of his career right now, we got Choupo-Moting. Another goal for Bayern Munich on the weekend. The guy scored 6 goals in 10 games, which is higher than his whole return from last season. Also, 3 goals in 4 Champions League games. And again, he's a candidate for African Player of the Week.
That's what happens when you sell Lewandowski.
You find a way.
Yep. And of course, our very own Super Eagles top man, Victor Osimhen, still sits on top of the goal charts with 9 goals in the Serie A. For me, if Victor Osimhen wins the highest goal scorer in Serie A, I think he's going to be the first African since George Weah.
That is very, very true.
So, let's see if he can do it.
Hope he can take it home. Another African on fire in Serie A. Unfortunately, his team did lose 3-2 on the weekend to Inter Milan. But again, another goal for Ademola Lookman on the weekend. That's 7 goals for the season. 1 goal behind Osimhen and Arnautovic. He's on track to have his best season of his career so far.
Oh my God, Terence Murphy has 10 goals in 14 League One games. Wow. That is outstanding form right there from Murphy. And I hope he keeps it up. And I hope he can carry this form into the Super Eagles, because we do need someone to help Osimhen, because, it seems like the load is heavy. But Murphy, kudos to you. Keep it up, and the sky's the limit, bro.
All these Nigerian forwards just wasting for the next month and a half. We gonna be there next time Oh yeah, now my people, it's been your guy, Kunle, aka the Nigerian Englishman.
And your boy Kanebi, aka Mr. Go Ball, Go Ball, Go Ball.
And that's been another episode of Round on the Ground.
Yes,
See
sir.
you next week. Feel the heat.